classical music, pizzicato is generally a one-dimensional tool, and it's sort of a very, how should I say, vertical motion. Sort of the hand will come up, you'll smell your armpit. You're going for resonance basically. In a lot of groove-based styles, you actually want a sort of thuddier sound, and so there's a couple ways to get a thuddier, more core sound. One is to take your hand and move it down towards the end of the fingerboard, sort of, the equivalent of cello with the bow. But you'll get a stronger sound if you can pitch down there, as opposed to pitching up here. It's a softer sound. So for strong rhythmic grooves, you'll go down here, and also a key part is that it will be a more horizontal pitch stroke. I'll be pulling the string largely to the side. I'm not going for resonance. I'm not going up. I'm going to the side. And you'll see jazz bass players a lot. They'll actually pitch with their whole arm because your arm muscle is bigger than your finger muscles. So you'll have more endurance if you can use your whole arm. You can see the whole arm moving there. Also, another key part, what I'm playing right now is a very basic 1/5 groove, which you'll find a lot in bluegrass music and New Orleans music and a lot of music. You'll get this motion, and so in addition to pitching sideways and towards the bottom of the fingerboard, I'm actually also dampening the string in rhythm. So not only the beginning of the note, but the ending of the note will affect the quality of your groove. So I'm going to play it first without dampening, so you hear that, and then I'll dampen the string in rhythm. Now I'll dampen it. You'll feel the groove is tighter there, and so what I'm doing is on an open string, I'm just slightly dampening it in rhythm. In this case, exactly halfway between the notes. And for the notes that I'm fingering, I'm just lifting the hand up. It's hard to see probably from that far away, but I'm just releasing the tension on the string to stop the vibration. So with those two in combination, you'll get a stronger groove than you would otherwise if you were going for resonance. So to expand on that, let's say you wanted to do a walking bass line, say in jazz or in any other style. Let's start with a scale. This will take us into the world of two-finger pitching. So I'm just doing a walking line here by alternating my first and second fingers. And so now to infect this with some groove, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to slightly accent every other note, so it has kind of a backbeat. So that can give it a rhythm other than just straight quarter notes. And so I'm still doing this down at the bottom of the fingerboard. Now, what this is actually implying is the snare drum, the offbeat in a drum kit. And so in jazz music, you'll have a drummer who's playing a lot of different notes, a lot of rhythms. The snare drum is just one part of it, and sort of the cymbal crashes that the snare drum will throw in for like punctuation, you can actually allude to in your bass line. And jazz bass players do this by doing little pull-offs with their left hand, actually. So I'll do a scale down, and I'm going to do a couple pull-offs and see if you can hear it. So I did two pull-offs there. I'll do it again. So that kind of adds another element to the groove that you can kind of interact with another musician with. One thing that actually happens as a cellist is not only do we get to play bass lines, but we get to play melody lines. And so if you have to switch between the bow and go quick to a bass line, it's actually very helpful to have um, to expand your right hand technique because when you're holding the bow, you can't as easily use your first and second finger to pits. So what I've done is I've just developed my second and third finger as my primary walking pitching fingers when I'm holding the bow. And so this is, something you can practice in scales, actually, and just sort of practice going up the scales, alternating the fingers, and so you can do that while holding the bow, and that kind of prevents you from having to put down the bow or other things that may take time.